Oh, well, welcome back. Welcome back. I have not made much of a plan this week because it's pretty exciting what's going on with the sequencer, but I just really thought that I would this week just try to show off the latest tech, which is generative music creation by just attempting to play through the next hour just through randomly generating songs this way. It's a very simple algorithm right now. It's like my first attempt at it, and there's not many Audional songs. I've only got 3 of my own that I've inscribed, 3 masters which I'm able to pull on to sort of remix them using seeds to change the BPM, change the tuning, pull different instruments together in different mixes to try to create something that's really varied. And just with 3 songs and just a few little variants like that, I think, you know, this would already create millions of songs. They're all unique, but they all sound like they're from the same 3 songs, same 3 parents. But obviously we can just keep adding songs to this mix. Some songs that you wouldn't necessarily expect to mix together, but it's just so easy to algorithmically throw them together. And actually the plan for this new collection is actually going to be to have the audience select the collection. So, you know, the collection, there could be there's millions of possible mixes of this song, and I'm just going to do a collection of 333, but it'll be the 333 that are chosen by the users. So there'll be time for everyone to actually go through the seeds. I'm going to get it working on the website, so you'll just be able to go onto the website and just hit play effectively. That's what I'm really going for, is that you'll just be able to basically go onto the website, say, okay, I want to hear generations at 120 BPM, 140 BPM, 160 BPM, or a mix of these. You can actually it goes as low as 80 and it goes as high as 240. My vague plan for this show, because again, I think the one I just played then is the only one I knew. I found that earlier. But all the songs that I'm going to play that I've got sort of queued up are just new seeds. The only thing that I have checked is that they are seeds that generate the right BPM. So I didn't want to play all at the same BPM. It feels like 140 BPM is like quite a good pace for me. But so I thought I'd start at 140, then work it down to 80, and then go back up all the way up to 240. Then maybe back down to 140 again, and just see if it sounds, you know, varied enough, or does it just sound completely like the same song on rinse and repeat, or is there enough variety there? I'm kind of using this show as an opportunity to test that, because like I said, it's a very basic algorithm I've got here, and there's all sorts of things I can do to it to make it, to add variety, not least adding new songs. I've got a few new songs that I haven't yet inscribed, masters that you know, again, they're very small. The masters themselves are still 2 or 3 kilobytes, so it's only a few dollars to get these masters, and then I can add them to the mix, and then you know, users will be able to select which songs they want to throw into their audition process, and then just leave it playing in the background, and hopefully at some point you go, oh my god, that last mix I just heard, and you can go back and it'll hopefully, I'll have in the UI, it'll say the last sort of 10 that have been played, so you'll be able to find the seed value for the kick-ass mix that you just heard, and then inscribe it as part of the collection. And I think that it'll be really cool, because the collection then will be formed by the users, but also it'll be formed of songs that people have spent their time, you know, trawling through. And once they find something that they really like, and they're like, this is the value, this song has value for me, then they can inscribe it. Hopefully it won't. I've set the number at 333, but I hope that it won't you know, sell out really quickly. My hope really is that people will take time. I might try and get the website up and running for a week or 2, so people can find the seeds that they want. Hopefully people will look through big seeds, so they're not fighting over you know, small seed numbers. Like, you can use massive numbers in this thing. It's like mining, you know, it's like mining for tunes. Again, this one has a very simplistic algorithm. It only has 3 songs, so that's 48 different instruments effectively that are being pulled together. And when I say 48 instruments, a lot of the instruments are the same between songs. There just might be different patterns or a different BPM, but the BPMs are matched by the algorithm. Anyway, it's just super interesting to kind of be rolling it out here in this way. So I'm just going to just basically just try to play for a while. If something's really atrocious, I'll try and skip. But like I said, my basic plan is just to follow the BPMs in a sort of wave. So it's starting at 140, then 120, then 100, then 80, and then going back up again up to 240. I think that's how I've lined them up. I've lined up a few anyway. We'll see how it goes. But this will be really interesting because this is just, again, no rehearsal, purely algorithmic reshuffling of on-chain audio, of a very limited amount of on-chain audio. There's 3 of my own songs. Again, I've built this, as a custom thing, but it could be this same method could be applied to all audio on chain, to create some really, really interesting, extremely unique, varied things. This is just the beginning of this, but this is I can see that this is. I've had a lot of fun over the last week just listening to what comes back. It's a really interesting way of working, and the fact is that once this is in place, people can just sit and listen to this for hours and hours, but when they really find that gem, they can inscribe it, and then it's just captured forever. Someone else, the seeds are so big, someone else may never have discovered that mix. So it's really cool, the idea that people will have to take their time, find something that's really unique that someone else may have never discovered had you not discovered it, and then you inscribed it. And I'm thinking about ways to do some cool things whereby the holders who inscribe cool mixes that they have found, if we did want to further on down the line produce like an album, like the best of the collection, then I'd definitely be up for splitting the artist royalties with the people who created those versions. Say we did 33, it'd be a big album, double album, even triple album. But say we did the top 10% into an album, which we could then release. Then there would be 33 holders that